Why don't we take maybe five minutes or so here. If you guys have questions for us, now's the time. And right before lunch, we can all introduce each other so that you know who to go find at lunch and say, yeah, I want to talk to that guy. So Jim, if you want to come up here real quick. Go ahead, fire away at any of us. Yeah, Ed. Work?
There we go. I just want to make a comment on the value of Trellis and where our industry is truly excited. Today, because moving food safety audits between entities is very awkward, manual, no one can analyze the data. You can't pull a PDF into your data warehouse. So people are, in our industry, managing at the certificate level. Do I have an audit? Did they get a score of 85 or above, or whatever your threshold is, and that's it. File it, you check it off the list. You may have thousands of these to deal with. And where it was put in perspective by Mark Mignona from Cisco, who helped lead this thing, was I'd be much more comfortable dealing with a company that had a 90 on an audit because they filled out everything in pencil, versus a company that got 90 on their audit because their employees had no facility to wash their hands after they went to the bathroom. And today in our industry, we manage based on score. Good enough score, move on. This is going to transform the way we deal with the food safety audits, and will actually make what you buy in a restaurant or a grocery store safer and hold people more accountable. Because today, I got 90, that's good enough. No, it may not be. And because it's a manual process, we have no way of pulling that out. So this is great work here, but the true value is going to be looking at the answers and the corrective actions in all of those audits, and then properly assessing the risk to the consumers.
Thanks, Ed. That's a good point. And I want to point out, too, that the first thing that happened when we got this demo going was immediately conversations of what other data we want to move between our partners, right? So for you roadcraft guys out there, machine data, harvest data, drone imagery, you name it. This is all stuff that I get from somewhere and I need it to end up somewhere else. It doesn't matter the kind of data. What matters is that you get the connection. And I think it's going to be real exciting as we watch the produce industry see how this evolves from audits to grower lists to all kinds of stuff as new ideas come up. That's the process, right? That's the evolutionary process.
The connection is a machine-readable format.
Yes, you need the connection. That's true. The connection and a machine-readable format that we actually told the world about. It can't be our own proprietary one. No one can use it. So. All right, more questions. Yes?
What happens after you are done? Like, so from an evolutionary perspective in the big picture of the century, 2100 from now, what next? You got the audits out, okay, you figured the software out, you got the audits moving around, the certifications are established. What happens after that? So an open source initiative develops this, that happens, that's great. You put other folks who've been doing this for a long time out of business.
No, I don't think there's anybody that's going out of business in this, right, Ed? There's no one in the industry that can do this today. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, this will add to people's businesses. Right now, because it's so difficult, very few people actually analyze the data that's within the audit. They just manage up the certificate. There's a couple that do it and they've invested a lot of money in PDF scraping technologies. It's going to make their life easier because the value is in the analytics, not in moving the data.
So that was a good question. Yeah.
It becomes more efficient. If you have $1 million to spend on food safety, you can now spend a whole lot more money on people being on the ranch addressing the exceptions, helping growers understand what to eat food is safe food, instead of having people getting information from PDFs and getting some Excel file do the same thing. Another thing that's going to really change, I think, is the efficiency along the supply chain, the way we transmit the data, and allow people all along the supply chain to gain more information from the audits instead of scoring, as Greg was talking about. Because when I look at an audit that failed, I want to know why it failed. I want to understand it right away why it failed. So I know if I have to put that ranch, shut it down, or some minor issue that fixed right away. So I think it's going to make it's going to add tremendous efficiency to the process.
Did that answer your question? Go ahead.
Well, I was going to just speak to your point, I think that it is going to disrupt some existing business models.
Can you use your microphone?
Sure, sorry, thank you. And to your point, I think that it will disrupt current business models. So, and maybe it's not 100 years from now. I think it's really literally just months and years from now.
Right.
As we look at being able to establish these real-time trusted connections, it allows us to change how business is done. The certification industry has some issues, and we're not using machine data or imagery where we could be doing remote audits and desk audits and analytics to make better decisions on the farm, certification or for agronomy. So I think those connections are going to enable us to use the information to unveil new business opportunities, not necessarily put businesses out.
I guess I want to reframe my question. I'm trying to think of it as a development plateau. That's, I'm not, I guess I've wrong the word by putting other people out of business. What I'm saying is, once you got the audit, so you can only grow so many bell peppers per acre. I guess that's what I'm saying. Right, so, so where does this, I'm just throwing out.
No, it is a good question. So first, I wish my biggest problem was to figure out where we'll be in 2100. That means we made it, right? So, yeah. No, by then, we're all going to have the circuits integrated into our brains, and DNA robots fixing all our mistakes in our cells and stuff. So that'll all happen, and we'll have food safety audits moving fluidly around the world. But I think the point these guys made is that, well, first, I've never worked on a software project that actually finished. One of the things about evolution is it never quits. Every new thing that you do, you always get new data, new ideas out of it. The only reason they die is when people quit using them. As long as they're continuing to be used, there's always new things to be done. But the second thing is this is really the table stakes to use the data at all. All the awesome things that are going to happen on top of this. It's sort of like today, we take for granted the internet infrastructure that's out there. We take for granted the connection from my browser to a server in China somewhere. That doesn't mean people quit working on the internet. It just means that the whole market got so huge that we can, and it's mature enough that we kind of ignore the fact that those things work. Did that answer your question? All right.
And I think back to maybe you can grow more bell peppers, because once the producer has this means to share data and clean data, then the person who's doing the advice on how many bell peppers per meter and all of those sorts of things, better climate data, better nutrient data, then you will get better. And I think that's part of the promise of tech and ag, solve world problems. It's not all of it, but it's a piece of it. And this is just one example of enabling the data to move to the people that can act on it.
One of the friction points I see in our world is the rub, if you will, in our world is that you're right, software is an open-ended development, right? It's a constantly evolving thing. What's the genetic potential of corn, right? That's not an open-ended thing. And so we don't look at genetics as a software issue. We don't look at we don't look at software as a genetics issue. They're different universes, right? So that's the perspective I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think my answer is I don't know where we'll be in 2100, but I do know the things we're working on now. These guys came to us, Ed especially came to us and said, this is an issue in our industry, and this is a way to solve that. So our approach is usually embrace the evolutionary model that I don't know how to boil the ocean, right? But I can start with making a pot of tea. Well, we'll start with the things that we need to work on now and let the future figure itself out. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions, and I guess a comment. First question is, how scalable is Trello? So if I have a lot more steps to get food, if I'm working a retailer, and I have a lot more steps than just from a farm to a pack house to a distributor to me, but I have processors in the middle, secondary processors, and so on. They all get added in, right?
Yes, so there's two questions of scale. One, user interface scale, like how can I make an interface to deal with that amount of information? And the second one is the overall API capable of being used in a backend like Kafka, or in a fully distributed way that I can actually deal with, let's say, 10,000 live connected tractors streaming, CAN bus data to the cloud and things like that. So we went through a lot of work to design the underlying protocols here to make it so that from a technology standpoint, it can scale as far as it needs to scale. Essentially, those pieces are independent. From an interface standpoint, that is a question for when companies that are out there providing those enterprise tools to a retailer, then they sit down with the retailer and say, what's the use case? What are the real problems you need to solve? What buttons do we need to show you? What do we need to not show you? That's an actual problem for that particular retailer to be solved, not a problem for necessarily the open source framework that defines the connection.
Kind of related to that, can this essentially reach out and pull data more or less autonomously from other sources? One of the questions I frequently get from retailers, food service operators I work with, is how do we source not just audit data of this nature, but FDA inspection reports, health, the state, local health department. You know, a lot of that is public knowledge that is out there. What we're not going to get is not get somebody in the state house to email you that data. So are there systems to go out and just yank that and plop it into this process?
This now gets into the board realm of scraping the internet for data that's just out there waiting to be got. You have right? It can be done. You just write the script to do it.
And the API we have, it's got three basic ways that you can do that connection. One, you can pull. So as long as there's a piece of software out there that just the industry puts out that says, here's how you get soil data from Surgo or something, and you just use that all the time. Then it can just check to see if there's new data. But you can also do push. You can do push over what's called webhooks, meaning two clouds. I can push data from one cloud to the other over that connection, or I can push it to a browser, which you guys all saw on your phone. The browser with its own platform. And so that was the key insight, I think, that we had that makes it automatic. It's not just that it's there, but there are tools in place. There are like hammers and nails in the toolkit that can let the software developer actually do what he needs to do to give you the user experience that he needs to do. So, good question.
It was at a slightly different scale, but the threes, that undergrads over there, their poster over here on the top fields throughout the decades was a little bit like that, scraping public data that Mass has on their website to draw some new insights.
If I may, I guess I have one last comment. Again, speaking from the perspective of a rookie retail committee has to develop stores scattered around the country. I'm sure you understand that, but the analytics are, to me, the critical aspect of this, because if I'm now pulling food from different sources, from local growers, from natural growers, from overseas, wherever, it doesn't really matter if I can see 40,000 audits. I do need that seed oil.
And that's a good point. I'll use something Puneet, I think, mentioned last night, that it doesn't do me any good to have analytics if I can't get the data, though, right? Puneet, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I'm not too much into technology, but from a user standpoint, the challenge is accessibility. And I think this group knows the challenges with PDFs. They're good for what they're supposed to be built for, but not for data. So I think this allows us to have the digital information that can be and then can be leveraged by advanced analytics, which are out there. I guess with this, it actually enables those advanced analytical tools to access the digital analysis.
It has to be done in this order. If you have a tool that can look at 40,000 audits, but you don't have 40,000 audits, it's useless. In the same way that you've got to get them there and you've got to have the tool. They both have to happen. So if you want to do that open source, sponsor a project here. We'll put it out there. We'll figure out how to look at 40,000 audits. Awesome. But if you want to do it internally, the framework's there for that too.
I think we should transition to introductions around the table, just so you've met some people you're sitting by already, but let's do a quick all around and then we'll grab lunch and come back. Might as well start here with you, John. But probably good if you use the microphone just in case your voice doesn't hear.
Very good. I'm John Vaselius with CNH Industrial. My role there is setting up our advanced engineering or innovation group, focused on technology. Some of those sensors that you said never fail in your house.
Dan Danford with the Precision Solutions Group, or CNH Industrial's Precision Solutions Group, Industry Relations.
I am Sugandhi with Infosys, and my focus area. Hi, I'm Sugandhi with Infosys. My focus area is agri clients and how we can find innovative technology solutions to help with their data analytics journey for broader managed services.
I'm Jim Selecki. I'm Chief Content Officer at Meister Media Worldwide. I also have a dual title of head of our Precision Ag Initiative. And Meister does 10 media titles for horticulture and agriculture, including crop life, agribusiness, global, and precision ag.
Hi, I'm Wendy Smith. I'm the president of Ag Gateway, and we're a nonprofit organization, and our mission is to promote and able to expand e-business connect.
Hi, Kevin Curry with John Deere. My responsibility is to build out our APIs and our developer community to be able to share and exchange the data that our John Deere machines generate with others that can add value to it.
Matt Brown with International Farming Corp, troublemaker and director of business data. A background in soil science, been promised for our company. International Farming is a private equity firm. We're in 18 states and 2 continents. I grow about 60 different crops, and so I do a lot of different hats, do a lot of different types of growing, and I'd be here.
I'm Phil Bain with Bain Walker Equipment, Bayside H. Bueller, Indiana, 3 stores in Ohio. I'm actually part of the bear.
Yeah. Oh, somebody said that out there. I said, I don't even know what he looks like, but we own part of the company, right?
I can relate to the stone and the mouse that you showed, because I'm more of the Stone Age generation. Thinking about this, looking back years ago when every tractor manufacturer had its own hydraulic coupling, we couldn't hook up equipment from one to the other. I think we all benefited when we went to the Pioneer hydraulic hookups, so I see some real advantage to this concept.
Hey everyone, I'm Benny Mo. I'm with United. I was the architect
Try to speak up if you can, too.
We're a little closer.
Yeah.
Andy Marquez with OATM. Project construction management. One of our big issues is just general plant automation. And automation interactions with our grower base.
Billy Tiller with Grower Information Services Cooperative. I'm a cotton grower out of Texas, so I'm a little ways from home today. I'm back from harvesting farm there. Since about 2010, I would estimate our group is a group of bunch of growers. We probably looked at 500 solutions, and it always comes down to the same problem. There's no data in any solution, so I can actually back up what you're saying. And there's a lot of places that do analytics, but there's nothing there. I mean, I'm always asking people, where's the data? How much data do you have? Because we're looking for those kind of solutions, so congrats on what you got.
Billy left harvest to come, just like I did, so he's...
My name is Bill Grinstead. I'm a food microbiologist with Diversity. My role there is primarily chief nerd and bottle washer. We do food safety systems, infection prevention systems. Where we get involved really is not farm to fork, but gate to plate. So we really pick up after it leaves the farm. One of the things that we do a lot is we deal with many of the same issues and problems you're dealing with, but in other industries. So either from further in the food chain, healthcare, you know, talk about things not working, try and get equipment in the hospital to talk to each other. All those sorts of things. And frankly, I'm here to steal with pride. If there are ideas, thoughts that could be useful, that's what I want to hear about today.
Hi, my name is Keith Rothsteiner. I work with Driscoll's. I run the Global Food Safety Program. We grow berries all over the world. Most recently, working in Southern Yunnan province in China. And I've been working with Ed and Drew and Aaron for about 2 years. I've been working, these guys have been working on the Trellis project. I've just been posing the questions and asking, you know, dreaming up of things that we can possibly do with these data once they're easily accessible. So,
Hi, my name is Puneet Parmar. I'm with OATSCon17. My primary responsibility is to create a strategic plan and out of data analysis. Unfortunately, we don't have data, but I'm reaching out. And so that creates the second side of what the team does, is to create business visions for data collection and acquisitions. And hopefully, examples like this can create automated workflows for data collection and acquisition, which add a new better word. So hopefully you mentioned that in your presentation for this event session.
Thank you.
Ed Tracy, the Vice President of Supply Chain Efficiencies with Produce Marketing Association. We are the only global trade association representing the produce industry. We have members in 45 countries across the world, put on events, but we also help the industry figure stuff out that they can't do themselves. And that's my role on the supply chain side of it. And this is a perfect example of that.
So I'm Julio Vitas from Cisco. We're an international food distributor, a large-scale food distributor. My role is I'm a director with Enterprise Information Management. So looking at these new innovations to see where we can leverage and drive more insights to provide better services to our customers.
Good afternoon. My name is Drew Zabrocki. I'm the Executive Officer at Citrusity. We're farmer-owned up in Washington State, and we helped unlock the value of the data while protecting the knowledge asset. Our company was formed because people were concerned with the value of the data getting sucked up into the cloud that other people's own. And that's why we were involved with OATA some 4 years ago. We've been instrumental in Trellis Framework. I'm excited to be a part of the OATS Center going forward. So thank you all for being here.
Hi, I'm Michael Berger. I'm a partner at Little Engine Ventures in Lafayette, Indiana. So I drove 2 hours to hear some guys talk that are about 2 miles from my office. No, it's great. I'm the smart one. No, we're a small, I represent a small group of private investors that have ownership interests in a number of different companies. Several of them make and sell data-driven ag products or utilize data pretty heavily creation of ag products. I'm also an owner of a small software consulting and contracting firm that has built a number of ag data products over the years and can attest to the large amount of dollars and time that have gone into getting data in to do whatever value add algorithm or thing on top of that data and then having to put it out somewhere else. So very cool stuff.
Hi, I'm Dominic Serino with ADM as well. Amy Marquez already kind of touched on that operation and facilities as well, trickle down to the farmers. I'm also in the projects and construction.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Deering and I'm on the faculty in the Department of Food Science at Purdue. I'm a food microbiologist, but really I'm specialized in fresh fruit and vegetable food safety. So I work closely with at least our Indiana growers, teaching them good agricultural practices and things like that, as well as other ranches around the country. So looking forward to getting to meet everyone today and hearing more of the discussion.
Hi everyone, my name is Jia Liu. I'm from Animal Science Department at Purdue University. I'm interested in using statistical method and computational method to solve the problems in food safety.
Hi, I'm Cyrus Bowman. I'm with the Clever Company. We build software and do consulting in the ag space. And as Eric mentioned, we donate some time to help build these demos. We're real interested in Trellis and OATS because it allows us to get the data we need to build tools for various companies that actually use the data. And
I'm Mark Daniel Ward. I'm on the faculty and statistics at Purdue. I'm the undergraduate chair in that department. We have usually the largest statistics program in the country. That coordinate a training program we've got at Purdue to get students sort of into the pipeline working on these data-driven sorts of problems and collaborate with the gentleman we've seen here today. So I would be helping develop modules and train the students that we working on the products that we provide.
I'm Andrew Valmas, a graduate student in the OATS group as well as a staff member in DC Department of Purdue and co-op managing member with the or Clever. Don't argue about that.
Hi, my name is Jackie Liu. I'm a first-year master's student in agricultural communication at Purdue in the YDA department. I'm working under Dr. Tucker to market this entire project.
Hi, my name is Aaron Ancient.
I'm a first-year master's student as well in the Department of Agricultural and Biological Engineering, working under Dr. Saraswat. I plan to do research with UAV image acquisition as well as the data analytics associated with that.
Hi, my name is Sriram Pajapakeshan. I'm part of Infosys and I head the natural resources sector for Americas. We work across the farm to fork value chain with many customers, and our focus areas have been in digital agricultural solutions, supply chain efficiencies, working with customers on areas like blockchain, in examples like what you showed earlier, helping your customers make more, digital and efficient.
I'm Larry Galtney with Dow DuPont. I'm in the application technology group in Wilmington, Delaware, and we sell seeds and crop protection products, a little different than most people here. And we are very interested in the big data because we have products spread over tens of millions of acres, and we'd like to know when and where and how these products were planted or applied. Just to show you how old I am, I was on the faculty at Purdue, and I remember standing out in a field with my grad students who were working on real-time soil property sensors. So we were making real-time maps of organic matter and moisture, waiting for, with a big Trimble GPS system, waiting for the third GPS satellite to come up over the horizon so that we could start driving. It's been a while.
Sometimes when I'm driving my planter, I'm waiting for that third one to come over the horizon today too, though. It's amazing. Thanks.
I'm Noah Freeman. I work with Agriland Genetics, corn, soybeans, a little bit of sorghum, alfalfa company. I head the development of our digital ag strategy.
My name is Charlie. I'm from Google, specifically from Google X. We know Google have a lot of data related to agriculture. Now we have a dedicated team in Google X. So we try to build some product, platform, data structure, or maybe data storage to help the agriculture research and the industry. We kind of just started as a dedicated team with agriculture, so we are still learning how to help you. Talk to me if you have any need, like maybe cloud service, maybe some AI algorithm, maybe some ideas. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Drew Garrison with Winfield United, and for those of you who may want to know who Winfield United is actually a subsidiary of Land O'Lakes. My role is to lead our digital ag team across the U.S. My team specifically works on onboarding our retail co-op system and onto digital marketing opportunities, ag technology, and agronomic ag tech platforms that either our proprietary or partnered brands, and also helping onboarding to data connectivity pieces that allow our customers to be more efficient. So happy to be here today. Thanks.
I want to give a quick shout out to these guys because they have been one of the biggest supporters of our group ever since this whole thing started. They've really helped us move this stuff along, in addition to everybody else. But they have really been on point with this the whole way through. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Britt Reese, and I'm also with Ag Reliant, and I am a digital ag specialist.
Hi, I'm Tammy Cutler, and I'm with Purdue University's College of Agriculture, and I work as an industry liaison for the college and work with all our partners.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dharmendra Saraswat. I'm a faculty at Ag and Biological Engineering Department at Purdue University, and my interest is in using digital ag technologies for decision making.
Hi, my name is Kyle Dooley. I'm from CNH Industrial with John and Dan over there, and I lead our product and enterprise data strategy and analytics group.
Hi, my name is Amelia Lindsay. I'm a graduate student in agricultural engineering. I'm advised by Dr. Dennis Buckmaster, and you'll get to hear my lightning talk this afternoon, so I won't share any of that now.
Hello, my name is Jian Jing. I'm a faculty member of Agriculture and Biological Engineering Department of Purdue. So I'm a plant sensor developer, and I develop sensors for plant phenotyping activities.
Turn that mic on.
I think the mic's out of range. Just stand up. Belt it out. Yeah, just press the button now. It looks like it's connected now. There you go. All right, you're good.
Hi, I'm Snehata, and I'm a graduate student at the Agriculture and Biological Engineering at Purdue University. I work with Dr. Saraswat in the Institute of Agriculture Working Group.
Hi, my name is Tyler Netherly. I'm a sophomore at Purdue University. I study mathematics and statistics. Right now, I'm part of Dr. Ward's National Science Foundation funded research grant for undergraduates getting into big data research. I currently work with Professor Buckmaster, with Elizabeth and Madison here. We currently are using open source statistical software like R to draw insights from publicly available agricultural and meteorological data from the NOAA and National Agricultural Statistical Service. We have a poster over there of our yield maps that we would love to have you look at.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a PhD student at Professor Kromeyer, and I do research in the management of delineation using the data from isotope.
I am the aforementioned Madison Trout. Basically, what Tyler said, we work under Professor Buckmaster over there, as well as we're in Dr. Ward's undergraduate sophomore learning community. And that's really just about bringing big data to different departments over here.
Yeah, my name is Elizabeth Bell, and I'm working with Tyler and us on the undergraduate research or the programs and what they're doing.
Hi, I'm Remy Neely. I don't have a chair, but I am working under Krogmeyer in the OATS group. I'm also a